Hey guys, so we're about halfway through the month of July, so I wanted to come and do a mid-month check-in with you all. So if you're interested in seeing if we've been able to stick to our budget or meet our goals so far, make sure you keep watching. But if you're new here, welcome. My name is OZELLA, and my channel focuses on being more intentional with money by budgeting better and getting out of debt. Right now, me and my husband are on a journey to pay off 6 figures worth of debt. So I would appreciate any support and encouragement that you all had to offer. So feel free to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you're notified when I upload new videos. But if you are a returning subscriber or viewer, I just really want to say thank you so much for all of your support from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate every like, every comment, every share that I get. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So starting with my goals. My goals for the month was to track my expenses every day, which I have been doing. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that that is a struggle of mine. That is something that I've been working on each and every month. And I'm happy to say that this month it is going well. What I've been doing is keeping a little index card in my wallet. And every time we make a purchase, I go ahead and pop that index card out and I'll write everything down and then transfer it over to my planner. Another one of my goals was to pay $750 to $1,000 towards our debt snowball, which I believe we've only paid $362 so far. And do weekly check-ins. So I did not record the weekly check-ins on camera, but I do have that available to show you all today, and it shouldn't take that long. And then close out the budget this month. Of course, the month is not over, so I can't meet this goal yet, but that is another goal of mine. As far as side income, I haven't been doing that great on Etsy this month, but that's okay. I appreciate anybody who's bought anything off of my Etsy shop, so thank you. But on July 4th, I did watch my friend's kids for a little bit, and she gave me $20. And instead of putting that $20 towards a sinking fund, me and my husband went and got food the next day. So that's where that $20 went. And then we also received $65 from my brother, my brother-in-law. He wanted us to invest in his business. He's always got these business ideas. And so my husband was like, I'll give you $50 and you can flip that and turn it into $100 and then we'll give you more. Well, a month later, he can only come up with an extra $15, but that's okay. We still made $15 off of that $50. So he gave us that back and that went straight to our Christmas sinking fund. Alright, so getting straight to the paychecks that we received. Now, just a little background. I'm paid bi-weekly and my husband is paid weekly. Because my bi-weekly checks can cover our bills, our main bills, that is what I cover. And then my husband covers the sinking funds and the cash envelopes, as well as childcare. So I'm paid July 10th and then on the 24th. Of course, the 24th is not here. So the only thing I can show you is July 10th. Now, what I've done is put these diagonal lines. Because I use a half letter size planner, I do not have enough space to write in the budgeted amount, the actual amount, and the difference. So what I've done is split up the boxes so that I can put 2 amounts. On the left side, I will put the budgeted amount, and then on the right side, I'll put the actual amount. So as you can see, my paycheck amount was the same. My paycheck amounts usually are the same. There's not too much variation since I'm not in the field right now. The challenge amount was also the same. As far as Straight Talk and Dominion, that has not came out yet. And then I only put the amounts here once they actually leave my account. It's just another way to kind of see what's going on in my checking account. Newport News Waterworks was $50. HRSD, I did over budget by $3. You can see that was $37. Netflix was $16. I paid the personal loan. I did make an extra debt snowball payment with Nelnet and Fed loan. It just hasn't left my account yet, so I didn't write it in. But if you're not already aware, since these loans are on that COVID-19 forbearance, I have not been paying my loans, my student loans. Instead, I've been adding this money to my debt snowball to pay off some of my high interest rate debts. Sally Mae, I didn't pay that yet. And then Capital One and Wyndham, those two were the same. And then I haven't paid Discover and Chase yet. So far I'm doing pretty good as far as the bills are concerned. Nothing is more than it should be. And then with our personal spending, I went ahead and transferred the $75 over to my husband's Cash App card. I did not transfer the $50 over from my account to my Cash App card because we went over on a few of our items, expenses, as you'll see when I get to the expense tracker. So I wanted to leave that in there to cover any additional money that we overspent on. And then Cox, I did not pay that yet. We were actually trying to see if we can get a discount, like settle for less type of deal. But my husband actually called yesterday and they are not trying to budge. They just said that they would take off the collection fee, which I think is only like $15. The bill amount itself was, I believe, $310 or $305, something of that nature. So that is my paycheck. Now I'm going to get right into my husband's paychecks. Now he has received 2 paychecks so far. So he was paid on the 3rd and the 10th. And I did the same thing with the diagonal lines on his as well. So his first paycheck was actually over. He worked a little bit of overtime. So his paycheck was $708. So that is more than the $550 that we budgeted for. We still put the same amount of the challenge in there. Childcare, my mom is actually not charging us the full amount. We usually pay her $75 a week and she has agreed to $50 a week. So she's been giving us a $25 surplus there. So gas for both cars, we left that as the same. For groceries, we did increase the grocery budget to $155 and we just took money from that $708. The baby shower allowance gifts, that was the same amount there. And then my husband wanted to go fishing and he needed some fishing supplies that came to about $25. So I just went ahead and budgeted $25 off of that $708. And then we added $130 to the Georgia trip. So with the extra money that we had from his paycheck, we added in fishing in Georgia and then we increased the groceries by a little bit. So his check was over by $158 and then we had that $25 surplus. But you can also see that we increased our envelopes by $185. So that left us with $8. And essentially what we did is just left that money in his account because we're going to continue to build on it to get the full amount that we need to pay off that Cox bill that's in collections right now. And then he was paid again on the 10th. This time his paycheck was only up by $8 from what I budgeted, so we didn't have too much moving around to do. Challenge was the same. Again, the same thing with childcare. We have an extra $25 left over from that. So my godson's birthday was on the 12th, so what we did was get him a $25 Robux gift card. So other than that, all the rest of our envelopes stayed the same, which left us with a remaining of $58. And again, that $58 just went to the debt snowball. It's still in his account. And once we have the full amount, we'll go ahead and pay that bill off. Now, this expense tracker looks a bit busy. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to organize everything. But so far, I've just separated the first week from the second week. And you can see typically we don't eat out as much as we did in this first week. And then usually what we do is if we do eat out, it's usually like once a week and we'll just take it from the grocery money and then budget the rest of the grocery money for actual groceries. But we either need to stop eating out as much or we need to make a separate category for eating out and maybe just put $50 in there a month and make a goal to only eat out once a month. I don't know. But we didn't do that great this first week with the eating out. So you can see we ate out at Subway, Wendy's, Waffle House. So yeah, that kind of ate into our grocery budget, and because of that we went over, as you'll see. I've basically just highlighted the different categories, but again, I'm just going to keep watching some more videos to see if I can fine-tune this process to make it a little more easier to understand. As far as the weekly check-in, I did like the way, I believe her channel is Monet's Money, and I think this is the way she sets up her weekly check-ins, and I did like the way she was doing it. It looks so organized and put together, but it did not. I don't know. It didn't work that great for me, but I'll just go ahead and explain. For groceries, the first week we added $155. That is the amount that we budgeted for, but we spent $180.67. And I highlighted groceries because we went over by $25.67. Our household was fine. We didn't go over. We actually had remaining. Our gas, we've done pretty darn good on our gas. I haven't had to gas my car up, and that is why we have so much remaining. And then self-care, we didn't add anything. We didn't budget self-care that week. And then sinking funds and miscellaneous. So sinking funds, I did spend $15.74 on Zoom. If you've watched my previous budget video, you would know that me and my husband are hosting a baby shower for my brother-in-law, and we're doing it over Zoom. So I did go ahead and pay for a month for that. And then miscellaneous, the $17.50, which didn't come from my budget, but it came from that $20 I had received. So overall, we're doing pretty good except for groceries. And that's the same thing with the second week. We've went over on our groceries again by $54.73. Car gas, again, we're doing pretty good there. And then in household as well. Self-care, we didn't budget in. Sinking funds, we spent $43.72 from our sinking fund, which was a Chick-fil-A meal that for our family that came out of our family fund, sinking fund. And this is where I'm getting kind of hung up on as far as like the sinking funds, because I don't know if I should add up every sinking fund that we budgeted for that specific week and put it here, or I don't really know. So if y'all have any suggestions on how to fine-tune this weekly check-in process, or what headings I should have for these different columns here to make it easier, I don't know. But if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. As far as miscellaneous, we didn't budget anything, so we didn't add anything for miscellaneous. But I did end up spending $7.73 from our miscellaneous envelope. And that is pretty much how we did for the first 2 weeks of July. Overall, I think we've been doing pretty good, sticking to our budget other than the groceries. But I really think that this is a good reason why you should track your expenses and kind of do like a check-in, because then you can see what's been going wrong and you can make adjustments to your budget so that this pattern doesn't continue. So I am just proud that I've actually been tracking the expenses. Like, I've been doing so good tracking our expenses, and I'm so proud. So I would like to know how you all have been doing with your budget for the first 2 weeks of July. Have you all stuck to it? Have you went over on any categories? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, guys. Bye.